Hello everyone, welcome to DV Systems webinar series. We are excited to introduce DV Systems' new DF series filters. My name is Bogusz Szurkowski, Marketing Manager at DV Systems. I will be accompanied by Luke Thrush, Design Engineer at DV Systems.
Morning everyone.
A few housekeeping items before we begin. Questions will be addressed during our Q&A period at the end of our webinar, but feel free to type questions into the messages console during our presentation and we will address them accordingly. Let's begin with our agenda for this webinar. We will commence with a brief introduction to why compressed air filtration is important, an overview of the DF series air filter's key features and benefits. We will then review the DF series air filter's internal components, canisters, elements, and accessories. This will be followed by a quick video showing how easy it is to replace and maintain DF series air filters. We will continue on with a discussion of DF series air filters' low pressure drop and energy efficiency, available models, and warranty info, after which we will go over a typical installation, a product review, and finally conclude with a Q&A session where we will address and answer audience questions. So why filter compressed air? Compressed air delivered directly from an air compressor is usually not suitable for its intended use due to several factors. Atmospheric air in an industrial environment is most likely contaminated with pollutants such as particulate matter, moisture, and hydrocarbons. The air inlet filter on an air compressor is a particulate filter designed to protect the air compressor and not any downstream equipment requiring further filtration. Oil carryover from the air compressor and air receiver scaling. The discharge temperature from the air compressor may be too high for distribution and use, as well as the condensation of moisture leaving the aftercooler as the compressed air is cooled. We can see that compressed air treatment is critical in ensuring an efficient and effective compressed air system. Contamination such as dirt, water, and oil will deposit on the inner surfaces of pipes and fittings, causing an increase in pressure drop. A loss of pressure is a loss of energy used to compress air. In addition to satisfying an application's particular compressed air requirements, dry, cool, clean air most likely always results in lower operating costs. DV Systems' DF series air filters effectively reduce contamination in your airstream while maintaining a low pressure drop, ensuring your compressed air system delivers clean compressed air to your facility. Let's discuss DF series air filters' features and benefits. DF series air filters have a high effective filtration area and a high dirt holding capacity. DF series air filters feature a removable dual indicator gauge that displays the filter's differential pressure drop and operating efficiency. The removable gauge is isolated from the rest of the filter and does not impact pressure drop. DF series air filters have a very low pressure drop and optimize air system efficiency. DF series air filters are easy to install and replace with a no-touch filter element and a visual alignment to prevent over-tightening. The proprietary internal and external corrosion-resistant coating provides enhanced corrosion protection in harsh environments. The patented smooth bore flow insert further minimizes turbulence and pressure drop. DF series air filters include an industrial-grade brass float drain which discharges accumulated condensate and oil reliably. DF series air filters feature 4 filter element cartridges for all canister sizes. DF series air filters are CRN registered. Luke will now provide an overview of the internal components of the DF series air filter.
So item A is the dual indicator gauge. So this shows the differential pressure drop and the operating efficiency. Item B is the patented smooth bore flow insert, which minimizes turbulence of the air flow coming into the filter. Item C is all aluminum die cast body. So this is able to withstand up to 290 psi pressure. Item D is the proprietary corrosion resistant coating, which is applied inside and outside of the canister. Item E is the filter element with stainless steel mesh. So this withstands differential pressure and minimizes any flow restriction. Item F is the ergonomic bowl design with no-touch filter. So you simply place the cartridge inside the filter and you just tighten the cartridge and the housing together to install the filter. Item G is a time strip label. This is used on the Series V carbon filter, which indicates when to change the element. Item H is the industrial grade brass float drain. and this can be used in conjunction with our zero loss auto drains. Item I is the deep pleated filter media, which reduces the air velocity to improve filtration and minimize pressure loss. Item J is the high efficiency drainage layer, which improves liquid drainage. And item K is the simple visual alignment, which is on the filter head and bowl, and this ensures that the canister is securely closed and sealed.
Now let's talk about available canister sizes for DF series air filters. These air filter canisters come in 6 sizes to complement a wide range of flow requirements. The DF18C and DF24C are both 76 millimeters wide and 177 millimeters in height. The DF65C is 98 millimeters wide and 232 millimeters in height. The DF153C is 129 millimeters wide and 272 millimeters in height. The DF294C is 129 millimeters wide and 362 millimeters in height. And finally, the DF471C is 170 millimeters wide and 470 millimeters in height. All DF series air filter canisters feature high temperature and high pressure all aluminum die cast bodies. DF series air filters offer 4 filter elements for each air filter canister size, ranging from 1 micron to 0.1 micron to 0.01 micron, as well as a carbon filter element. The Series A filter is a mechanical coalescing filter which removes all liquid, water, oil, aerosols, and solid particles 1 micron and larger, providing Class 3 compressed air according to ISO 85731. These filters are needle felt white and display a clear base without tags for identification purposes. The Series P filter is a mechanical coalescing filter which removes large liquid loads and particles 0.1 micron in size and larger, providing Class 2 compressed air according to ISO 85731. Polyester and stainless steel support media results in cleaner compressed air and increases durability in use. Take note that these filters are necessarily preceded by the 1 micron Series A filter. These filters are needle felt white and display a double dashed line for identification purposes. The Series E filter is a 0.01 mechanical coalescing filter which removes up to 99.99% of oil aerosols, providing Class 1 compressed air according to ISO 85731. Take note that these filters are necessarily preceded by the 1 micron Series A filter and the 0.1 micron Series P filter. These filters are needle felt white and display a single dashed line for identification purposes. The Series V filter is an activated carbon absorbent filter which removes oil vapor and odor, providing Class 1 compressed air according to ISO 85731. Take note that these filters are necessarily preceded by the 1 micron Series A filter, the 0.1 micron Series P filter, and the 0.01 micron Series E filter. These filters are without needle felt white and display a clear base without tags for identification purposes. DF series filters are available with optional mounting bracket kits, specifically the filter connection kits illustrated by 0.1 and the wall mount support kit illustrated by 0.2. The connection kits DF004 through DF007 facilitate easy air filter connection between multiple air filters, and also the wall support kits DF008 through DF011 facilitate an easy and secure method of mounting air filters during an installation. Luke will now demonstrate how to install and replace DF series air filters.
Okay, so this is how to replace our filter. You see it here on a typical dryer. So we have the cast aluminum body that you see on the top there is the dual gauge. So when that needle gets to the red, then that's when the filter would need to be changed. It's also removable. It can just simply clip on and off, so there's no losses through the gauge. So that's the body of the casting, of the aluminum casting. And on the bottom there, you see the float drain. There's dual functioning. It has an automatic drain, and then you can also switch it to manual by just turning the brass fitting, and you can manually remove any moisture. On the side of the canister, you see the nameplate, so that will show the part number of the filter element inside the canister. So next, the first thing you want to do when we want to change this is remove the pneumatic tube at the bottom just by simply the push connect fitting. You can remove the tube and then just simply unscrew the canister body, which will expose the element, and you just pop that off and it's ready to change. So each filter comes with an O-ring that you can replace on the inside of the filter head. So you see it there, you can just use a small screwdriver and pop out the O-ring just like so, and you can replace it. So that just comes out. You can use a bit of grease on the O-ring if you like, and then it'll just sit up inside the filter head. There's a seat there. You wouldn't want to put it on the body because it may get crushed and misaligned. So you want to make sure it's seated up into the head like that. And we'll just double check to make sure it's seated correctly and looks good. So we will now put in the filter. So the filters are self-centering. You simply put it in the filter body and you see it's centering. You don't have to screw it onto the top. You just simply put in the canister and then twist the canister back onto the head. You'll see that the two triangles there are the alignment indicators. So once those are aligned, the filter is set and secure. You replace the pneumatic tube and the filter is ready to go.
Okay, thank you, Luke. Let's talk about pressure drop and how a low pressure drop is critical in maintaining an efficient and properly functioning compressed air system. Pressure drop is a reduction in air pressure from the air compressor discharge to the actual point of use. Pressure drop occurs as compressed air travels through the treatment and distribution system. Flow requirements in the system require higher operating pressures than are needed in the system. This is known as artificial demand, which significantly increases energy costs. A properly designed air system should exhibit considerably less than a 10% pressure drop for the air compressor's discharge pressure, measured from the air receiver tank to the point of use. Excessive pressure drop results in poor system performance and excessive energy consumption. Minimizing differentials in all parts of the system is an important part of an air system's efficient operation. The highest pressure drops in a system are usually found at the point of use: leaks in piping and hoses, and FRLs, filters, regulators, and lubricators. To put things in perspective, pressure drop accounts for over 3/4 of the ownership cost of a compressed air filter. DV series air filters address this directly by minimizing pressure drop. The DF series air filter's patented smoothbore flow insert directs air into the filter element, minimizing turbulence and pressure losses. The DF series air filter's deep pleated filter element design further minimizes pressure drop. DF series filters come in 4 canister sizes, DF18C to DF471C, and each series of element A, E, P, and V have models for each of these 6 canister sizes. Model numbers are itemized in the tables on the right for your reference. DF series air filter canisters are covered by a 1-year limited warranty. Now Luke will go over 2 examples of typical installations featuring the application of DF series air filters.
So here we have a typical spray painting application. We're using our B10 air system. So this includes a 1 micron pre-filter going into the dryer. The air then goes into the tank and then out to the system. So we have the quick connect air piping, and then the first filter in line is the 0.1 micron, and then the one beside it is the 0.0 micron. And finally we have the Ecotron condensate filtration, and that would get rid of the condensate from the filters. The next setup is a typical install for food and beverage and pharmaceutical application. It's a class 1.4.1. We're using our G30 rotary screw air compressor. We then have the quick connect air piping. You'd want about 10 feet maximum between the air compressor and that first air receiver. So then there's the air receiver. The first filter you see there is a 1 micron filter before the dryer, and then we have our ASD dryer, and then there's a set of filters starting with the 0.1 micron and then the 0.01 micron, And finally, we have the carbon filter, which removes oil vapor and odors. And then lastly is the Ecotron condensate filtration.
Thank you, Luke. Air filters are only one critical component of a properly functioning, effective, and efficient compressed air system. DV Systems offers a complete range of products that provide a comprehensive solution to your compressed air system needs. Air dryers that dry compressed air to within 15 degrees of ambient temperatures, promoting air system efficiency. ETC oil-free catalytic converters, providing class 0 compressed air, ideal for sensitive aseptic applications. Air receivers, zero-loss auto drains, which automatically discharge condensate from an air receiver, as well as condensate filtration, which effectively cleans discharge condensate to comply with municipal laws. Let's review DF series air filters' key features and benefits. High effective filtration area and dirt holding capacity, a dual indicator removable gauge, low pressure drop, high temperature and pressure all aluminum die-cast body, easy install and replacement of filter elements, a proprietary corrosion-resistant coating, patented smooth bore flow insert, 4 types of cartridges available for all canisters, and CRN registration. This concludes our webinar on DF series air filters. Now we will commence with the Q&A session. Please type your questions into the console and we will begin answering the first question.